Good afternoon and welcome to the Windsor Star's Net News at Noon. I'm Craig Pearson with Don McArthur. Thanks for joining us. We're bringing you the best from the paper and the web. Well, if you missed last night's Windsor Council meeting, you're not alone. Windsor Mayor Eddie Francis, as well as 4 councillors, Joanne Geniak, Ken Lowenzo Jr., Bill Amara, and Drew Dilkins, were also absent. An in-camera meeting had to be cancelled because they didn't have quorum, and even the public meeting had to wait until Caroline Postma showed up. They deferred several items. No word yet on why they were truant.
Folks, and this just in, Windsor police are looking for several suspects after a pair of violent early morning robberies on Wyandotte Street last night. In both cases, they're similar. A group of men approached the victims demanding the cigarettes and then beat them and took some of their possessions. Okay, we have full descriptions online. Make sure you check it out. This was pretty violent stuff. One of the victims went to hospital with a fractured orbital socket.
And dismayed by some of the images on Google's new Street View, the Google images were shot in Windsor during last summer's strike, so there's lots of overgrown weeds. Councillor Ron Jones is asking that Google consider come back and reshooting those, and he's even suggesting that Windsor might pay part of the cost. You got to remember that Jones was the councillor who spearheaded to have Google remove some images of a murder scene outside a Windsor strip club, and Google did actually take those pictures out.
Yeah, they did the responsible thing there, sure.
Yeah.
Sure they did. Folks, congratulations, Windsor, you have arrived. It has been a long, tough slog, but we are officially now, according to climatologist David Phillips, the snow capital of southern Ontario. The 15 centimeters, Craig, that fell yesterday has now pushed us to 93 centimeters, like 1 inch at a time. He used the phrase nickel and dime to death.
Yeah.
So we're at 93. London's only at 75. Hamilton's at 38. Toronto's got a measly 23. And get this, we're even ahead of Ottawa right now, who's only seen 91 centimeters of snow.
That's odd. It seems to me like I've hardly shoveled anything.
This is what people have been saying, man, but my back tells a different story. You know, yesterday's snow was pretty heavy. And readers, thank you for doing this. We've been asking you to send in your photos, and you've come through in the clutch here. So here's one from yesterday's storm. This was sent in from David Todd Oglin, and it shows his sons Milo and Sevi and the snowman they made at Papa's house. So keep them coming, folks. Send us in your photos to windsorstar.com/tips. And just on the snow, that's our sort of our poll of the day, Greg. And it asks folks out there, all the snow we get, are Windsorites wimps? Can we handle the white stuff? Or are we as hardy as other Canadians? And 64% of you are honest and say that we're wimps when it comes to the snow.
University of Windsor student Tessa Virtue and her partner Scott Moyer thrilled the nation last night with a fantastic performance and a gold medal win in ice dancing. They became the youngest couple ever to win the medal, the gold medal there, and the first North Americans to win the gold medal in ice dancing. It was breathtaking. They really deserved it. And Bob Duff has an interesting column about a Tecumseh physiotherapist, Mary Brannigan, who has been helping Tessa along the way, and she's in Vancouver right now. It's part of the routine, very important for her. She helps prepare her for the competition.
Yeah, exactly. We have a gallery of that ice dance online, and folks, I neglected to mention we got a great gallery online too of yesterday's snowstorm put together by the Photogs, and also a really cool video by Dan Janice of Windsorites digging out yesterday. So check that out. But big time news, Ruth Finn's Megan Augusta, right? She set an Olympic record last night. She's now scored 9 goals in this Olympic hockey tournament, and we dusted Finland 5-0 last night, and boom, we're on to the gold medal game tomorrow night against those Americans, sort of our arch rival. And of course, we're going to be live blogging it like we always do, so check that out. And tonight, of course, folks, we're going to be live blogging it. Robert Luongo is getting the call ahead of Martin Brodeur. We're taking off the Germans in a must-win game. They're all must-win games now. We better win, Canada. And if we do, then we take on tomorrow night Ovechkin, Semin, Kovalchuk, those pesky Russians, and we're going to be live blogging that too.
Yeah, we got a hard road to the final, that's true. But basically, everybody has to win now. Now, we have an extra game, plus we have harder teams to go against. But you know, I don't know. I'm not one of those that thinks Canada's been playing so poorly. As a matter of fact, I thought they outplayed the Americans when they outshot them, I don't know how many points to much less. We ran up against a better goalie. I mean,
going to a shootout with Switzerland is an embarrassment, you know.
Still, we outshot Switzerland by a margin.
Losing to the Americans on home soil is unconscionable. And but some good news, man. When we won the gold after 50 years in Salt Lake City, okay, we lost to Sweden. and we also tied the checks before we went on to win gold. So there is hope. So folks, we're going to be live blogging those games. Make sure you check it out. Craig, anything else?
That's it. I just want to say the one thing on the Own the Podium thing, I don't think Own the Podium should have ever been talking about that we would be first. I think it should have meant only that we were going to do great. We have done fairly well.
Folks, thanks for watching the Net News online and on your porch. We're the Windsor Star.